We are really excited about welcoming you to our graduation ceremonies. Due to COVID-19, things will be a little different. Instead of shaking hands with the Vice-Chancellor, you'll doff your cap. This means that when your name is called as you walk across the stage and meet the Vice-Chancellor, doff your cap. Don't take your cap off, just put your right hand to the edge of your cap and give a little nod to the Vice-Chancellor, and then continue walking across the stage. Congratulations on your achievement. If you have any questions about graduation, please visit york.ac.uk/graduation or email graduation@york.ac.uk. Thank you. We are really excited about welcoming you to our graduation ceremonies. Due to COVID-19, things will be a little different. Instead of shaking hands with the Vice-Chancellor, you'll doff your cap. This means that when your name is called as you walk across the stage and meet the Vice-Chancellor, doff your cap. Don't take your cap off, just put your right hand to the edge of your cap and give a little nod to the Vice-Chancellor, and then continue walking across the stage. Congratulations on your achievement. If you have any questions about graduation, please visit york.ac.uk/graduation or email graduation@york.ac.uk. Thank you. We are really excited about welcoming you to our graduation ceremonies. Due to COVID-19, things will be a little different. Instead of shaking hands with the Vice-Chancellor, you'll doff your cap. This means that when your name is called as you walk across the stage and meet the Vice-Chancellor, doff your cap. Don't take your cap off, just put your right hand to the edge of your cap and give a little nod to the Vice-Chancellor, and then continue walking across the stage. Congratulations on your achievement. If you have any questions about graduation, please visit york.ac.uk/graduation or email graduation@york.ac.uk. Thank you. We are really excited about welcoming you to our graduation ceremonies. Due to COVID-19, things will be a little different. Instead of shaking hands with the Vice-Chancellor, you'll doff your cap. This means that when your name is called as you walk across the stage and meet the Vice-Chancellor, doff your cap. Don't take your cap off, just put your right hand to the edge of your cap and give a little nod to the Vice-Chancellor, and then continue walking across the stage. Congratulations on your achievement. If you have any questions about graduation, please visit york.ac.uk/graduation or email graduation@york.ac.uk. Thank you.
Graduates, guests and colleagues, my name is Edward Joyner and I'm delighted to welcome you to your graduation celebration ceremony. I have a few announcements to make before we begin so that you can relax and enjoy the ceremony. Graduates, an easy job to start with. Please check that your seat number matches the number on your ticket because you will be called to the stage in this order. If you discover that they do not match, our team of stewards can help you locate the correct seat. At the appropriate time, you will be invited by the stewards to stand and make your way to the foot of the stairs, ready to head up the stairs and across the stage. All very straightforward. There are, however, two key things which make for a seamless ceremony. Firstly, as soon as the person ahead of you begins to cross the stage, please make your own way up the stairs. Please don't wait until they've passed across the stage before you reach the top of the stairs. Secondly, don't let the excitement and pride overwhelm you so much that you forget to pick up your celebratory parchment after you've crossed the stage. If you do, don't worry, but don't try to go back because you will collide with someone coming the other way. Instead, please visit the graduation information desk in the Market Square where you collected your gown 30 minutes after the ceremony. Graduates, you are asked to raise or doff your cap rather than shake hands with the Chancellor when you are called on stage. And please feel free, if you are wearing a face covering, to remove it temporarily whilst on the stage and pause for a moment at the spot marked X in the centre of the stage for that all-important photo opportunity. At the end of the ceremony, graduates are asked to process out of the hall, directed by the stewards. Family and friends, the stewards will show you the exits once the graduates have left the hall. If the fire alarm should sound at any point, please remain in your seats. Instructions will be given and we will escort you to the nearest exit. When you graduated, you became part of the alumni of the University of York, and you will join an international community of over 140,000 York alumni in 180 countries. York Alumni Association is a vibrant and active global network offering events, services and opportunities designed to help you make connections with other alumni across the world and to support your career development. We will be there for you every step of the way as you embark on this next chapter, and you will have received an email giving further details of the ways in which you can remain connected and involved. In the meantime, please follow our alumni social media channels on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter, and check out the Alumni Association website to keep in touch and learn more about life as a York graduate. As you get your first job or take up further study or training, please remember to keep us in touch with what you're doing. Understanding the career paths that you take will help us provide the right support for current students and make sure we continue to offer graduates like you relevant information and opportunities. Finally, can I ask you to please mute your mobile phones, and if you are comfortably able, please stand.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this ceremony of celebration of graduation here at the University of York. Please do be seated. On the 29th of January 2020, 2 people were tested positive for COVID in the United Kingdom. It was the first evidence that the virus was here. And that test, of course, occurred here in York. And it concerned 2 individuals who had come from Wuhan in China to come to the University of York. We had some premonition at that time that this particularly nasty virus was already causing damage and death and destruction across the north of Italy. But I can tell you we had no idea of what was about to hit, not just the city of York nor the United Kingdom, but the globe as COVID-19 spread across the world. It's been a time of distress, of dismay, of disease, obviously, and death. But it's also had an enormous social impact and dislocation and depression, isolation, as communities have battled to find ways of countering the spread of the infection. So it's a very poignant moment today when we welcome back our graduates from philosophy, politics and economics and in sociology. I was testing the stage party. Because these, and I'll come to the point in a moment, these are 2 fantastically interdisciplinary areas in the university. But York is no stranger, by the way, to pandemics. In 1349, the Black Death hit the city, had an enormous impact cutting through swathes of the population. And then again in 1604 came the plague. In 1604, the sufferers, those who were infected, were escorted out through Micklegate, out to a field at what is now the racecourse, and they were left in the field. Whilst the survivors remained in the city, there was a sort of early medieval Uberization in which food was taken from the city out to the field. And we invented almost this notion of involuntary self-isolation, which has now been spread across the world in the 21st century. But these punctuations of the human condition have a risk of becoming more frequent, have a risk of occurring again in the coming years. And so there are just 3 messages that I'm keen to impart this afternoon as we join the celebrations for our graduates. The first is the exceptional power of science in the 21st century. You know, in January 2020, people were saying, if we don't find a vaccine, we're going to lose billions of lives across the world. And the forecasts were that it would take the normal 5 to 10 years to get a vaccine. Because if you look at the various phases, you have to design the vaccine. Sarah Gilbert's team at Oxford did magnificent work on that. And so did the Turkish couple in Germany using RMNA, which had not ever been used for this purpose before. Not only that, but the whole process was accelerated. So for a vaccine to come through, it's necessary that it's tested for efficacy, it's tested for safety, that the production of it is commissioned, the whole pharmaceutical plants are turned over to produce a new vaccine, and then it's distributed to the population and it's injected into the arms of the population. We did that in a year. That was actually a miracle. And I would say billions of lives have been saved across the world by virtue of that science. No more than that was the United Kingdom using whole genome sequencing to identify each variant as it came out and to be able to anticipate what its impact would be and how to safeguard against it. So the story of the pandemic in that sense is a story of the excellence of science in saving lives in a way which it wasn't able to do in 1604, of course. But the biggest story around all of this is the society in which we live and how it can be that our political leadership are able to make rational decisions against a wave of differing opinions, some of them factual, some of them fake news, etc. Now, you know, of course, that the leadership of the United Kingdom is in a very special class. And it's British exceptionalism, and it does what it does exceptionally well. But the global reaction has been pretty similar. It's been quite confused. Poverty of communication, poverty of understanding what is the likely impact of this, not only the disease, but of the social consequences of lockdown, of isolation, on an elderly population reaching the end of their lives in care homes and not being able to be attended to by their own families. This has been truly heartbreaking. And this is why, to my mind, science occupies part of our lives, but it's the humanities and the social sciences represented here by you today that are such a vital part of our understanding the future. And that brings me to the second message, which is that vaccines were one thing, but you know, in our universities and across the world, we are in the middle of a period of the most breathtaking innovation and discovery. We can see it in the life sciences and the human biology, the ability now to forecast how proteins fold, which opens up a whole new area of discovery within biology. We can see it, obviously, in artificial intelligence and in high-level computing, identifying algorithms that can be very positive in helping us to buy produce from Amazon, for example. But that brings me to the extra bit of this point, which is that we live in a time warp. We have over here fabulous technologies, fabulous new ideas, fabulous social innovations, and over here we have a war in Ukraine, perpetrating the atrocities that would have shocked the population of an 18th century, let alone of a 21st century, when we thought we had 70 years of peaceful coexistence that was promoted by trade, by cultural exchange, by shared research through our universities, and it's been shattered. The point being, of course, that technology is a force both for good and for bad. Technology, in a simple sense, is neutral, but it's how we as a society put it to purpose that determines whether it advances us or takes us back 2 centuries. So, for those of you who have been studying sociology, you will understand, of course, the intersections and the interactions across society and the need to try to comprehend more how societies self-support each other, just as the population of the University of York has done for the past 2 years. And I have to say, for philosophy, politics and economics, that wonderful interdisciplinary array, you have the mental capacity to be able to understand problems through the vision, through the lens of 3 different disciplines, which is simply unparalleled. So the third part of my opening remarks today is simply, it's about you. It's to say to our graduates who are here today, we're not here to graduate you. You've already done that. You're here for the second bite of the cherry, which is to celebrate. And on behalf of the university, just to say thank you for coming back. We were overwhelmed by the response that we've received. And we know it's not just you coming back as an individual. This is a collective act of a community, of the York spirit, coming together with you, with your families, and with our faculty to celebrate what's been achieved over the past 2 years. So, on behalf of the university, welcome back. I declare this congregation to be open for the celebration of awards. Thank you.
As we celebrate the achievements of students, we also wish to recognise the staff who have contributed to your success. York has an outstanding record of teaching excellence, and what students will remember long after graduation are the individual members of staff and graduate teaching assistants who have supported, challenged and inspired them. The Vice-Chancellor's Teaching Awards recognise and reward both individuals and teams who have made an outstanding impact on the student learning experience. All holders of these awards have demonstrated excellence in their teaching or the support they provide for learning delivered with energy, care and commitment. A Vice-Chancellor's Teaching Award has been made to Dr. Ruth Penfold-Mounts of the Department of Sociology. Dr. Alexandra Hall will present candidates for the School of Philosophy, Politics and Economics.
Chancellor, I have the honour to present the following candidates. For the degree of Bachelor of Science in Economics, Oliver Perry. Benjamin Sharp. For the degree of Bachelor of Science in Economics and Finance, Michael Burton. For the degree of Postgraduate Certificate in Education in Modern Languages, French with Spanish, Emily Bash. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts in Business and Management, Beth Turner. For the degree of Bachelor of Science in Accounting, Business, Finance and Management, Matthew Davin. For the degree of Bachelor of Science in Business and Management, Ruis Walton. For the degree of Bachelor of Science in Business Management with a year in Industry, James Bowles. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts in Philosophy, Charlotte Davis. Lewis Fligg. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts in Philosophy and Sociology, Daniel Biggs. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts in Economics and Philosophy, Jacob Darbandi. Rohin Mangat. Ella Parry. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts in Economics and Politics, Jasmine Azul Rohan. Joseph Allison. Paulina Belkina. Charles Cooling. Malika Cornwall. Ross Davidson. Tejun Karai. Adil Kamani. Shrina Patel. Dylan Raval. Jessica Reeve. Lucas Rumberg. Tia Sengara. Adam Thompson. Oliver Thrasher. Shwing Wai. For the Bachelor of Arts in Philosophy and Politics, Perkin Amaraj. George Bryant. Spike Clarkson. Matthew Cowley. Matthew Elves. Lauren Fox. Thomas Groom. Cameron Halliwell. Imogen Harding. Emily Humphreys. Wahid Kalungi. Jacob Key. Sneha Masalmani. Tatiana Machurai. Mohammed Mozaki. Aaron Paul, Lily Powell, Jack Thewlis, Sophie Thompson, Jonathan Willis, Alexander Woodward. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts in Philosophy and Politics with placement year, Owen Lewis. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts in Philosophy, Politics and Economics, Busala Adelei. Alex Adkins. Karsten Allers. Kate Archer. Madeline Ball, Rachel Ball, Amy Barnett, Judd Bennett, James Bithell, Kieran Brown, Nicholas Brown, Julia Cahill, Bradley Causey, Andrew Chardrachud, Aidan Clare, Amelia Conlon, Thomas de Gama, Lucy Danton, Charles Dessar, Sabrina Doshi, Francesca Dow, Catherine Downey, Luke Drysdale, Becky France, Cassian Frost, Thomas Fulton, Nicholas Gardner, Pablo Garcias Torrent, Lawrence Gill, Martha Gilberg, Laura Granito, Nathan Hay, Ruby Hastings, Andreas Heller, Luke Henstock, Kezia Herzog, George Hodgkinson, Robbie Humphreys, William Humphreys, Abdallah Ibrahim, Rebecca Irvin, Lucy Jubin, Louis Keyworth, Christian Kirov, Georgina Lewis, Josephine Loschetter, Thomas Lachlan, Louis MacDonald, Ifra Mahmood, James Melville, William Mitchell, Amy Morab Palatza, Charles Morgan, May Morley, Oliver Mulcahy, Soham Nayak, Thomas Nicholas, William Norwood, Charlotte Paler, Janvi Hitesh Pamar, Michael Parr, Ashish Patni, Charles Peck, Abby Pullen.
Eonomy will perform I Want You Back, arranged by Rachel Singer.
When I had you to myself, I didn't want you around. Those pretty faces always make you stand out in a crowd. But someone picked you from the bunch, and one glance is all it took. Now it's especially for me to take a second look. Oh, baby, give me one more chance. Show you that I love you. Won't you please let me back in your heart? Oh, darling, I was blind to let you go. But now, since I see you in his arms, I want you back. Yes, I do now. I want you back. Ooh, baby. I want you back. Yeah, 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 yeah. I want you back. No, 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 no. Trying to live without your love is one more sleepless night. Let me show you, girl, that I know wrong from right. Every street you walk on, and your tear stains on the ground. Following the girl, I didn't even want to run. Let me tell you now, baby, all I need is one chance. Won't you please let me back in your heart? Oh, darling, I was blind to let you go, baby. Now, since I see you, it is Let me tell you now, baby, all I need is one more chance. Won't you please let me back in your heart? Oh, darling, I was blind to let you go, baby. Now, since I see you in his arms, so baby, all I need is one more chance. Show you that I love you, baby, baby, back in your heart. Oh, darling, I was blind to let you go, baby. Now, since I see you, I want you back.
Dr. Alexandra Hall will present candidates for the School of Philosophy, Politics and Economics.
Chancellor, I have the honour to present the following candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Arts in Philosophy, Politics and Economics. Nitya Ramanand. Natasha Refish. Megan Riley. Harry Ridgway. Clemmy Rimmer. Mohibullah Sadar-Kale. Maeve Schaffer. Amber Scotchmer. Edward Sell. Lara Shields. Morgan Simpson. Connor Murray Sloan. Edward Smith. Eve Spence Whedon. Eleanor Spicer. Alfie Spouse. Martin Stoylov. Paris Stone. Thomas Stones. Rokas Subasius. Rachel Tabor. John Thompson. Grace Venables. Devon Varelia. Emma Walters. Robert Ware. George Wayne. Luke Wellings. Alexander West. James Whiffin. Gareth Winter. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts in Philosophy, Politics and Economics with placement year, Laura Gravini Rodriguez. Folashade Jagun. Manveer Sal. That's all mine.
Professor Nick Brown will present candidates for the Department of Sociology.
Chancellor, I have the honour to present the following candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Arts in International Relations. Ruth Rashley. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts in Politics with International Relations with a year abroad, Harriet Oliver. Chancellor, I have the honour to present the following candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Arts in Social Policy. Rashi Sarkar. Chancellor, I have the honour to present the following candidates for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Sociology. For research in the impact of social media on women's civic engagement, Hannah Al-Sarahi. For research in Why Music Matters, Technology and Attachments, Victor Avila Torres. For research in lived experiences of LGBTQ women of faith, Christine Jackson-Taylor. For research in love and marriage in later life in China, Kun Li. For research in women farmers' negotiations of gender identities, Bethany Robertson. For research in the production of value in corpse disposal, Daniel Robbins. For research in deaths from natural causes in prison custody, Carol Robinson. For research in meaning making in data visualization, Margaret Jill Simpson. For the degree of Master of Arts by Research in Sociology, Manasseh Gade. Kathleen Veal. For the degree of Master of Arts in Criminology and Social Research, Jade Gilbourne. Rebecca Jakes. Bretty Renesi. Courtney Rogers. For the degree of Master of Arts in Culture, Society and Globalization, Eman Alyan. For the degree of Master of Art in Social Media and Social Research, Joseph White. For the degree of Master of Science in Social Media and Interactive Technologies, Yifan Young. For the degree of Master of Science in Social Media and Management, Lefki Charalambos. Ellen Popple. Erini Theodoridou. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts in Criminology, Jack Allen. Ruby Bowden. Mertz. 191. Benjamin Brooks. Emma Nicole Cargill. Molly Coleman. Emily Cormack. Oban Davies. Filippo Delbo. Evie Doherty McCarroll. Brody Donga Snow. Tia Fenton. Sophie Fryer. Rebecca Gibb. Shirin Golinska. Sophia Hammond. Olivia Harley-Shreve, Emily James, Nazmin Johnson, Rianne Jones, Kawinda Carr, Hannah Khan Iqbal, Yasmin Lee, Andrew George Martin, Claire Robin McCluskey, Natasha McCrory McNeil, Kira McGee, Billy Lee McPake, Connor Moore, Georgia Morris, Zoe Monaghan, Emily Parker, Shay Patterson, Carla Pollard, Elizabeth Seaman, Mohammed Shejari, Rachel Shepherd, Lucy Shuttleworth, Thomas Smith, Vilo Zenya, Jacob Troke, George Whittaker, Carolina Vidic, Essin Nicole Osman, for the degree of Bachelor of Arts in Sociology, Ellie May Athena Mannion Abbott. Kanza Amin, Shannon Burrell, Rosa Bretnell, Emily Calvert, Mark Chapman, Samantha Courtney, Alice Daniels Creasy, Jessica Dorney, Rachel Dickin, Chang Yong Young, Eve Ferguson, Annabelle Fox, Neve Godfrey Clark, Sophie Horworth Wheatman, Reese Hogman, Emily Johnston, Jasmine Morey, Guy Moss, Sudi Ne, Taylor Phillips, Christina Rader, Eleanor Rayner, Genevieve Reeves, Anna Reynolds, Elizabeth Saldaner, Clary Scott, Lucy Sloan. Catherine Smale. Libby Smart. Zora Suma. Mia Sparks. Jessica Tidy. Megan Venters. Emily Vincent. Cara Vose. Leah Warman. Rebecca Wilcoxon. Charlotte Wilkinson. Honor Woodley. Dawn Xiao. Kia Young. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts in Sociology with Year Abroad, Madeline Attack. Yuze Lin. Freya Shilson Thomas. Chloe Smith. Elif True. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts in Sociology with Placement Year, Sophie Elmack. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts in Sociology and Education, Jasmine Kelly. Morgan Lamb. Rowan Tideswell. Ethan Watler. Liam West. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts in Sociology with Criminology, Olawabaseo Zoe Bello. Mohammed Bilial Qureshi. Eleanor Brooks. Alexander Charlton. Curtis Collis. Fern Edwards. Ellie Field. Valeria Fornarelli. Leah Garvey. Kezia Griffin. Connor Hamilton. Stephanie Harding. Ellie Harris. Phoebe Howard. Alistair James. Tania Capodistria. David Kartzeroff. Rebecca Metcalf. Megan Moore. Jasmine Oaten. Julia Purdak. Emily Phelan. Eleanor Roberts. Ebony Robson. Emily Sharrett. Lauren Sherwood. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts in Sociology with Social Psychology, Saif Abdul Rahman. No. Okay, sorry. Emily Ard. Temito Beoff. Kerry Bowden. Elspeth Bowes. Emily Charlesworth. Lauren Eckersley. Ross Elliott. Rachel Humphreys. Sarah Herman. Sarah Yeoman. Deborah Lacey. Tansy Marshall. Carlotta Monreal Monstrup. Alison Palmer. Christopher Raven. Daniel Subal. Simran Sudar. Elizabeth Turnbull. Chancellor, I have the honour to present the following candidate for the degree of postgraduate certificate in academic practice, Paula Pons. And for the degree of postgraduate certificate in academic practice, freestanding module, Sheila Johnson.
It's my great pleasure to introduce Laura Camila Gravini Rodriguez, our student orator, who will speak on behalf of the class of 2022. Our student orators have been invited to speak in recognition of their hard work on behalf of the student community and commitment to their studies. Our speakers have both pursued the most enriching experience they could during their time at York, as well as giving back to their community. On behalf of the class of 2022, I give you Laura Camila Gravini Rodriguez.
Distinguished guests, friends, family, alumni, members of the faculty, and graduating class. It is an honor and a pleasure to be addressing you today. I believe the simplest of words are the ones that sometimes bear the greatest of meanings, which is why I will simply start by saying, congratulations. For all of us, the word carries a different weight. Congratulations can mean leaving your comfort zone and studying in a foreign country. It can mean overcoming the imposter syndrome and realizing your value. It can mean overcoming your fears and studying a degree that really challenged you. And it can mean going through a global pandemic together. And it is that togetherness that I would like to focus on today. I would like to address the importance of compassion in guiding our decisions as an international community, as a society, and as individuals. For 18 months, we fought, we sacrificed, and we strived to save lives. It cannot be the case that now we fight, we sacrifice, and we strive to destroy lives. The pandemic sparked conversations on issues the world had long ignored. Our reality is not shared by all, and our truth is not absolute. While some countries have strong economies to navigate the crisis, others struggled with the hardships of informality. While some societies were speaking of a post-pandemic world, others were going through the highest rates of infection. Compassion, far more than sympathizing, is about moving away from the comfort of the known to spark meaningful change, to question, to challenge, and to broaden our horizons. As a class graduating in the midst of a war, under extremely uncertain circumstances, I will not tell you to not be scared, to be excited, and to be oblivious of the challenges of our reality. What I will tell you is to be kind. I will tell you to lead with your values, to live with curiosity, and to leave your comfort zone. I will tell you to find your place in the world so that you can make the world a better place for someone else. I really hope we are the generation that would put the kind back in the human. At York, I was empowered to go beyond what was written, engage in conversations that motivated me to consider opposing perspectives and challenge what was established. At York, I met people from different cities, countries, and cultural backgrounds. At York, I saw the beauty of what happens when you leave your comfort zone. Friendship, learnings, and amazing memories. At York, I saw a community blossom. Wherever you go, I hope you know that you can build a stronger, more compassionate, and bigger community. That despite our differences, we all share the lived experience of being human, and that is and should be enough. Our humanity transcends religions, transcends political ideologies, and transcends nationalisms. I hope you know this is not the end, but it's merely the beginning. And as my granddad used to say, this is the first step of a million-step staircase, and I'm really excited to see where it leads for all of us. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Lara, for those very well expressed and eloquent words on behalf of the class. In a few minutes, I'm going to close the ceremony. By the way, we're going to close it today by showing a brief video. But before we do, just some words of thanks that I need to express. And on your behalf, I'd like to express thanks to the staff. Not just the teaching and research faculty, but all of the staff of this great university who have kept the show ticking over during those really difficult times. I mean, here's a university that's had to pivot around 180 degrees within a week to introduce online and other models of teaching. It's been difficult for you, it's been difficult for staff as well. Many have suffered distress in their own lives. I'd like to ask you to join with me and express our thanks for the people who keep this place together and make it such a wonderful university, the staff of the University of York. They have made everything possible. But also there's another group that we do need to recognize and acknowledge in this ceremony of celebration, and that's friends and family. Some have been able to join us. I know many others are watching online. And they're the ones who, at a time of low ebb of spirits, at a time of desolation and depression, and at a time when it's almost as if the world is turning and pivoting against us, they're the ones who've helped to sustain us and hold us together. So please, a big shout out for friends and family. Now, in a moment, I'm going to do a big applause for the graduating class, but can I just call out one or two things? First of all, those who got a PhD today. Fantastic. What an achievement. That is truly an academic prize. And the second one, the a cappella choir. Eonomy, fabulous student singers singing here with us today. And I could see several of you moving in your seats, getting into the rhythm as they sang. It was a fabulous presentation. So my final vote is for you. You are the future. We're all relying on you. You have the intellectual skills imparted into you by the University of York, and we will follow your future careers with close attention. Thank you so much again for coming back today and for joining us. And I now am going to declare the ceremony closed, and we will have the video. Thank you very much.
A student at the University of York is one of the 2 Chinese citizens who have tested positive for the coronavirus in the UK.
So this statement from Public Health England
has the headline,
confirming
"Is the
that
killer
the 2
virus
people
here?"
had been
Pictures of
staying
people
in
with
York.
masks on.
Coronavirus is a student at the University of York. My camp from our newsroom is
Begin in what's the latest?
When the first case in the UK was discovered here in York, I was visiting one of our partner universities, Maastricht in the Netherlands. Being the first case, there was obviously no script for us to follow. At the same time as having the world's media looking at us, everybody was here. We brought together a contingency group, medical experts, others who could help us think through the issues that we might face, and we worked from the outset with the City Council and the other educational institutions in the city. Well, we knew very little about the virus at the time, and our overriding concern was to keep people safe and to give them the reassurance that we could, and to prepare for what followed, what became probably the most challenging year the university has ever faced.
At the time, I think emotions were kind of all over the place. There was so much uncertainty, which provided you a little bit of fear for the unknown and panic about what's going to happen next. The university was brilliant in that regard. They set up a phone line for students, for parents, for staff within the first 24 hours that anyone could call for any questions and reassurance.
The key thing was listening to students and making sure that they could see leadership, and also a lot of compassion and kindness, because it was an uncertain time both for staff and for students. One of the main things the university did was introduce the Emergency Student Support Fund, one of the first universities in the UK to do so, recognising that students would lose things like part-time work and there'd be various financial challenges facing students, and that was really important to give students that financial certainty wherever they were.
We actually listened to what students and staff had to say, and with students we listened to what they had to say through their elected student representatives, being members of our contingency groups, and also by conducting pulse surveys as well, so that we captured the mood and indeed what students actually wanted, and we responded to that. We managed to get all of our teaching and learning online within a week of the pandemic starting, which I think is a remarkable achievement. We provided roughly about 6,000 welfare calls or checks on students in self-isolation throughout the pandemic. We actually provided lockdown loot for students as well, so we provided food, treats, activity packs, and even hampers at Christmas as well.
So clearly we would expect the university to step into the knowledge space and provide a greater, deeper understanding of the virus. However, the University of York went much further than that. It engaged communities, it's provided open access to equipment and facilities and space. It provided us with leadership and support, and was very much a partner in dealing with the impacts of the pandemic on this city.
What I've learnt about the University of York community in the last year is that we are incredibly resilient and resourceful, that we're compassionate, that when we say that we're a university for public good, we actually live it as well, and it's about being a community that works together. I have a number of favourite stories from students. Actually, one concerns students actually working with elderly members of the local community to ensure that they could get access to the internet. So they provided training sessions and support so that these people could actually contact their relatives.
The founders of this university talked 60 years ago of what we, our staff, our students, would do to ameliorate human life and conditions. What a sense of purpose for a university to have, and my goodness, how much it has been our compass over the last year. That's what defines the University of York.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you once again. I declare this congregation for the celebration of awards to be closed, but the celebrations continue. Thank you very much. Please be upstanding.